Right now, Morgan is currently in vocal lessons. If she continues, would that be something I continue to pay, or would that be something that we share to pay? How would that work?
Non-custodial party is Mr. Victor Hall II, and a custodial party is Leticia Alston Hall. And this matters before the court on the child support review order where both parties agreed to be here. There's an older order in this matter under the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act petition. There are 3 children in this case at this time. And my understanding from the state, the parties are in agreement in the child support review order modification, except the father is asking for credit for or asking for a deviation of child support based on travel expenses. And Mr. Hall, I'll let you know that the court usually does that when I got a history that it's something that that you've done in the past. As far as visitation expenses are concerned, I don't normally do them for folks who tell me they're going to do something in the future, and because I've been burned on that way too many times. So again, I'm looking for history on this one, sir. So let me know what you've done and what you plan on doing going forward based on what you've done, and we'll see what we can do one way or the other. But at this time, I'll go ahead and let the state call you both as witnesses, get this on the record, and we'll figure it out.
State calls Victor Hall.
Yes, sir.
Please say, what is your full name?
Victor Perry Hall II.
What are the full names of the children in this case?
Mason Jeremiah Hall, Cameron Joshua Hall, and Morgan Leah Hall.
Your Honor, we have Cameron Mason. May have just not heard his. You said Cameron Hall, Mason Hall?
Cameron Hall, Mason Hall, and Morgan Hall.
All right. And how old are they?
13 is Cameron, Mason is 10, and Morgan is, I'm sorry, Mason is 11, and Morgan is 9.
Well, Your Honor, I believe their birth dates are also probably on the motion to begin with. So
they are. They're on the original motion, the original Uniforms Support Act. Cameron was May of 2011. Mason was looks like August of 2012, and Morgan is the Christmas Day of 14. There we go. So yeah, you may proceed.
How do the children have health and dental insurance?
They're covered through myself with Federal Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and dental is GHI, Government Employees Health Agency.
Is it all right for you to continue providing health and dental insurance for the children?
Yep. Yes, sir.
And do you agree to receive a credit for your health of $219.03?
Yes, sir.
What about $30.60 for dental?
Yes, sir.
They would like to introduce into evidence the financial activity report, Your Honor.
All right, folks, this is a pay record. It's financial activity report in your case. Is there any legal reason, Mr. Hall, this shouldn't come into evidence to show what you paid in this case, sir? Any objection, ma'am, to this coming in evidence? Pay record? It was attached to your plea. Well, it may have not been attached to your plea. This is a CSRO. But this state has printed out a copy of the pay record in your case, ma'am. Is there any reason it shouldn't come into evidence? You need to unmute yourself. There you go.
Oh, no, that's fine.
All right, stage one's admitted. You may proceed, Mr. Welch.
Thank you, Your Honor. You agree to pay $54 per month starting September 1st, 2024, to pay back your child support arrearage of $777.27.
Yes, sir.
And that arrearage is as of June 30th, 2024.
No, yes, sir.
Do you agree that the guideline child support would be $2,208 without any travel expenses?
What's that amount again, sir? You cracked up on me a little bit, Mr. Welch. Sorry.
$2,208.
Right, 2,208. Thank you.
Do you agree that? Go on, sir.
Yes, I mean that's based off of the calculations that were discussed this morning, correct?
Correct, sir. And it would not include any travel credits that you would receive.
Yes, sir.
Where do you live?
In Coppers Cove, Texas.
Where does Miss Hall live?
New York, Pennsylvania.
So how often do you travel to visit the children?
So last year I went home 3 times last year, outside of the scheduled. So 4 times last year total.
How long was the last visit you had with the children?
I think 3 days, back and forth for 3 days. I didn't have them for 3 days, but I traveled up there and I visited them throughout those 3 days.
So what kind of travel expenses in regards to you visiting the children do you want the court to be aware of?
The average of $250 round trip tickets for myself. Hotel stay, average of $305 a day. I'm sorry, $105 a day for hotel, and an average of $87 a day for car rental.
And just to make sure I have this written down, sir, correctly, $250 for round trip tickets, $105 a day for hotel, $87 a day for car rental.
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that that regardless of if the regardless of how the court does your initial child support, there will be a step down when Cameron emancipates, and then another step down when Mason emancipates.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything else you would like to say to the court regarding these matters?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Hall, sir, you always go up to see them. Do you ever bring them down, sir? What are we looking at here?
So I bring them down in the summertime. I have them from the 9th to August 9th, August 8th.
How do you get them, sir? Do you fly them down or do you go pick them up?
Usually fly them down. Yes, we usually fly down. Sometimes I go pick them up. I have some other stuff to do when I go to Baltimore and I want to drive, but on average, I fly.
And you've done that every year, sir, or for the last 3 or 4 years, for at least the last 3 years?
Every year since 2017.
And you said you go home, so you have other family, and this, you said, you just mentioned Baltimore, but mom said she's in Pennsylvania. That's not too far away, but it is a little bit away, so yeah.
I fly into Baltimore. That's why I always say Baltimore, because I fly into Baltimore and I drive to Pennsylvania and pick them up. And then I typically stay home for a few days and then I come back here.
Okay. All right, as far as the flight expenses of flying them down each year, how much is that, sir?
So myself and Ms. Alston Hall, we split the cost of the round trip tickets. So I pay for one way, she pays for another way.
Okay, so y'all split that already, so.
Yes, sir. And typically I'll say $350 round trip each. Round trip.
Okay. Any other questions of the witness at this time, Mr. Welch?
No, Your Honor. Passive witness.
All right, I'll be back in a moment, Mr. Hall. Call your next witness, please, Mr. Welch.
State calls Miss Leticia Alston Hall.
Yes.
What is your full name?
Leticia Willette Alston Hall.
Do you agree to the children being under Mr. Hall's health and dental insurance?
Yes.
Do you agree to the guideline child support that I mentioned, or would you like to, for the court to give Mr. Hall credit for travel?
I agree to the amount of the court.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Welch, well, did you do the math on Dad's amounts? It sounds like it's somewhere, each trip is running him somewhere right around $1,100 a month. I mean, around $1,100. I was just trying to do it in my head, but I didn't figure it out total. Did you do that?
I'm working on it, Your Honor. So it's $250 for round trip tickets, plus $105 a day.
3 days, yeah.
I forgot to mention that we're also ordered to alternate Christmas as well. So I get that.
Do y'all do the 50-50 at Christmas also, or do you pay for that in full, sir?
I get even years. Yeah, we do 50-50, yes, sir.
Oh, you still do 50-50 on that? Okay, so that doesn't, so I won't be looking at that, since y'all do 50-50 on that.
Oh yeah, that is a well. I'm sorry.
So if we look at, Your Honor, $250 for the round trip tickets, and then $315 for 3 days at hotel, $261 for 3 days of car rental.
That's right under $1,000 right there. So I miscalculated.
And I guess that total amount would be $826.
And so you say you do that 3 times a year?
Yes, sir. Last year I did it 3 times last year.
And how many the year before that?
Just twice.
All right.
On average.
And Mr. Welch, the child support's going from $700 a month up to $2,200.
Guideline would be $2,208, Your Honor.
All right then. And the old amount was $700.
Let me check. The old amount was sorry, Your Honor, I'm having difficulties finding it.
I was just looking on the spreadsheet and I think it said 700, but I may be mistaken. So
Your Honor, it is 700. Can I also ask a question as well?
Yes, ma'am. We'll give you a chance to make we'll give you a chance to make a statement in a moment, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
I think it's the last. I think it's 654.
All right. Well, again, I see 700 on the sheet, and Mom says it's 700, so I'm going to go with that. All right. Is there Do you have any question of either witness at this, either of the witnesses at this time? Any further questions, Mr. Welch?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hall, I'm gonna give Mr. Hall the opportunity to make a statement also, ma'am. What's your statement or what's your question, ma'am? Thank you.
Well, it's not necessarily a statement, it's a question. So with him being credited for travel for the children, would it balance out because of me paying as well for travel? Like for example,
those expenses that you're both splitting 50-50, ma'am, I'm not putting those travel times into play. The Christmas and the summer, I'm not considering those because you're both splitting those. So
yes,
the
sir.
only thing I am considering is the money he's coming up to visit as far as the kids are concerned. Okay.
Yes,
coming
sir.
to you. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Your Honor, yes, it is 700, Your Honor. Sorry, I was looking at wrong.
Okay.
So
I
it is
figured
700.
she knew. So that's her money. All right, Mr. Hall, is there anything else you want to tell me, sir?
Yes, I do have to ask. So right now, Morgan is currently in vocal lessons. This is something she started this summer that me and Ms. Alston Hall agreed upon. We had a conversation about Morgan going. She agreed, so I've been paying it. Is that something if she continues, would that be something I continue to pay, or would that be something that we share to pay? How would that work?
That's an agreement y'all got. That's outside of child support amounts that are ordered, sir. If y'all got an agreement as such, then y'all have an agreement. If y'all don't, then y'all don't. And the only thing I could order, is the child support, sir.
Understood. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't get to order extracurricular. I can take extracurricular into evidence as far as deviation, but again, I'm always looking at something in the past, not something that is going to happen in the future.
Understood.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Hall?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hall, I always take in consideration travel expenses. Y'all doing 50-50 on one, and you're doing the one by yourself. But I don't. At best, I give you. I'll give you credit for half of that or halfway. That sounds like about a little bit less than. Well, based on last year, it'd be right at 3,000. So at best, sir, I'm looking at giving you $100 a month credit against your child support. So I'm instead of 2,200, I'm looking at 2,100 because again, I'm not going to take that away from mom. I'll let y'all. I'm kind of doing what y'all doing already, splitting it 50-50. So I'll go ahead and lower your child support to 2,100, sir, starting. But again, based on it and based on everything else, that's about the best I could do. Again, I'll give you half of that, but the other half's on you. So,
yes, sir.
So that's the best I can do on that one, sir. So Mr. Welch, I will grant $100 deviation, but I thought I was looking at a lot more but they're already doing the other part 50-50. So that's that. So believe me, yeah, you folks are some of the better folks I've had in this thing as far as going to see your kids, sir, and splitting expenses. Believe me, the judge bought a Tahoe based on people not agreeing on stuff like that. Okay, back in the good old days when I was a lawyer. So yeah, and I did, and believe me, I got the LT. I didn't get the cheating. All right, so it is what it is. But the bottom line is, I'll give you that kind of credit, sir, but only like I say for half of it. So I'll grant $100 deviation, and obviously based on these circumstances, I'll go ahead and order no court costs and everything else the parties agreed to. So at this time, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Hall. Anything else you're asking the court to do? I'm going to approve the agreement. I'm going to grant the $100 a month deviation. I'm going to order the rest of the matters as per the rendition by the state of what y'all agreed to and y'all testified to. Is there anything else, sir, you are asking me to do here today? Anything else you got a question about? And I'll be with you in just a moment, Ms. Hall.
No, Your Honor.
All right. How about you, Ms. Hall? Anything else? Any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Welch, anything else, sir?
Yeah, I do have a few. Just want to clarify.
Yes, sir.
So for so I guess for the child support arrearage, you are confirming that as of
As agreed to. Everything else, everything that is agreed to and testified is agreed to. So.
All right, and for step down, Your Honor, since we're
Obviously,
varying,
that's got to be part of the court order. I didn't think any of these. I didn't think that oldest child was emancipating that soon. Yeah, we got another. He's going to. I'm sorry. He turned what 13 this year.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we got another 5 years. So we might. Yeah, they might be back in before that child reaches the age of 18, but if y'all wait till he's 18, I'm not going, I plan on being around, but not sitting at this bench, okay? So that's 5 years off, Mr. Welch. So yeah, step down as per the norm.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right then, folks. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and give the Sigma. I'll waive the court calls for him. All right. So yeah, yeah. The judge had to bring that back up. Sorry about that. All right, man. Are you Greek also?
No.
No,
Okay. No. Look, no, I don't want it.
Stupid, okay?
Look, I don't want it. Look, I don't want it. No trouble.
Oh yeah. There's enough problems in life without you going down that path. Okay.
No, thank you.
I actually, when I was pledged, I went over to the Delta House and saw those girls over there, and I felt sorry for them. All right, then, folks. Thank y'all for being such great parents. I like ending the day on this type of hearing, but I'm glad y'all working it out. And I know what you're talking about. I got family in Baltimore, and one of them moved from Baltimore to Pennsylvania, so I know they're not that far apart. So good luck with that. And again, thank y'all for being great parents, guys. I really appreciate it. Believe me.
Thank you.
I get enough bad things coming through here. I'm glad to hear something that I'm glad to have a hearing on something that's not that vindictive or mean against each other. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Said teamwork makes the dream work, Your Honor.
There you go. All right, then, Mr. Welch, so the party's excused because it is 6 o'clock. So yeah.
I just want to make sure, Your Honor, for the step downs, basically you'll want me to do it per the new so like
based on, and obviously y'all can extend one if they're not out of high school, but obviously it's based on their 18th birthday as far as the step downs are concerned.
All right, Your Honor. Thank you. And the parties can be dismissed.
Yes, and Miss Hall, if the child, when they turn 18 and they're going to still be in school, you do need to send a letter from the school showing that they're still in school in the state. Just keep the child support going until their graduation date. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Welch?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Hall?
No,
No, Your
Your
Honor. I'm sorry.
All right. Nothing from the halls. All right. Again, folks, good luck and thank you both very much. And we're off the record. Thank you.
Thank you.